Hi everybody, this is Ari, and I'm here to give a reading for the Divine Feminine for the week of December 25th, which is today, till December 31st. This will be the final reading for the Divine Feminine for the year 2017. Yay, guys! We're going to 2018. There's so much enthusiasm when it comes to moving forward in 2018 because there's going to be a great shift within us all is going to propel us to and towards like further into our actual missions. Okay, and it has a lot to do with energy work with Mother Gaia. So I forgot to finish recording this yesterday. I didn't pull any cards. So I was like interrupted in the middle of it because my fiance and I were invited to a holiday slash Christmas party last night at our local Mexican restaurant. So it was really cool, but unfortunately I wasn't able to eat because as previous recordings, I started my fast yesterday. It's a fast slash cleansing, okay? And it's due to the energetic mission that I have to contribute to for this portal that just opened for the Christ consciousness, anchoring it in onto Gaia. Just opened yesterday. And a lot of people are asking questions about this. It's actually been, you guys been doing this work in the etheric realms while you're asleep. So if you guys feel like you're a little bit too late to do it, it's totally not that way at all. But I just made the video yesterday so everybody's aware that this is happening while we sleep. If you want to do it while you're awake, you could ask your guides for help with this. Everybody has their own points around Gaia, or grid point around Gaia, where it is necessary to anchor in the Christ consciousness through our bodies, of course. And you can do it at a distance, okay? And it has to be done through a constellation. So whatever constellation you are more inclined of wanting to know of, like, I'll give you an example. Ever since I was a little kid, I liked Sirius, the star Sirius. It was like my favorite thing in the whole world, and I started learning more about it. But even as an adult, when I started remembering who I was and information about my mission here when it comes to my spiritual mission, I was still directed to work with Sirius, the energy of Sirius, because as you all know, we all come from star families, and the more predominant star family I have is Sirius. I do come from different backgrounds like everybody else does. It's not just one, guys. It's a multiple. You are multiple dimensional beings, therefore you're coming from multiple star systems. You've been there, done it type of thing, like past life stuff. But mine is Sirius, and my 2 points, because I have a twin flame. So we are both in 2 grid points that we have to work with. It's Machu Picchu, Peru, and Chichen Itza, the Yucatan in Mexico. Those ancient pyramids there. So that's where we are working with. I'm working with his higher self and my higher self, of course. And I have a friend that's working with both as well. Her higher self actually was the one that came to me regarding this mission. So with my higher self and Jesus, yes. And so anyway, if you guys want to find out, just calling your team, of guides and your higher selves, and you'll figure it out, because there's certain grid points, ancient sites around Gaia that we are asked to work with, energetically speaking, to anchor in Christ consciousness through there, and in order to activate ancient energies and divine wisdoms to anchor it in further into ourselves, so that we remember who we are and remember how to spread this ancient divine wisdom to everybody, okay? So it's going to anchor in the Christ consciousness straight into that site, into Gaia, okay? Anyway, there's more information on the other video. I know I'm ranting right now, but let's get to the Divine Feminine reading, okay? All right, it's gonna be the card deck I'm using is the Ascension cards by Diana Cooper. This is how the box looks like. I know there's a glare, I'm sorry. Okay, I got this set from Amazon.com, and I highly, highly, highly recommend it because if you are, especially for those who are seeking guidance with energy work and what to do with when it comes to like meditations and stuff like that, it has a lot of information about that. Hold on, guys. Some cards fell down. It was two of them, so I gotta look at both. All right. Wow. Okay. So let me verify real quick. Okay, so they told me to use these two. All right, so for the Divine Feminine, it's going to be a different reading for the energies of this week. I know I'm like in a different place. I'm in my living room. But so this is why. The Divine Feminine aspect of us is the more I wouldn't want to say wiser than the masculine, but it's more aware. Okay, the Divine Feminines are more aware of the mission and what it is that needs to be done here on Gaia when it comes to energetic work and supporting other humans here on Earth, right? So your first card that you guys got was Veils of Illusion. Well, we all got. And the number is 25, which equates to 7. And it's so funny because yesterday, the Divine Masculine got a number that equates to 7 as well for the first card. So this is kind of coincidental. And it's cool because it's kind of indicating that the merging of the energies is actually happening within us, okay? So we go, whenever we come here, we go through the kind of like the amnesia phase, right? Because we're going through the Veils of Illusion, which is 7 of them. So we forget who we are, right? We forget who we are, where we came from, and what our mission is here. And then after several incidents within your lifetime, it doesn't matter when it starts, but it usually happens when you're a child. And if you can't remember your childhood, then that's because there's a block, okay? And it's because it was some type of thing that happened to you that needs to be resolved, and it needs to be opened up, because this is going to give you a big information about your mission, about who you are. Everything happens to you as a child. Everything that is like supernatural, everything that is spiritually based happens as when we are children. And sometimes we just don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean? We kind of like ignore the signs or push it back into the back of our heads or memories. And then when we're adults, the same thing occurs where we are triggered with a memory of our childhood, and then that's how we figure out that, hey, we did know. We did know more than we thought as a child. So usually events happen like this when you're a child, where you start remembering. You start remembering your past lives. You start remembering where you came from. You start remembering who you are, right? What you used to do. So that's like one veil of illusion that falls down, okay? And then there's other incidents that happen that start, opening up you're opening up your third eye, opening up yourself to your subconscious mind, and understanding the correlation between this lifetime and others, as well as the connection between you and other people, right? So when we talk about connection, it is an unconditional love connection, okay? Unconditional love for self and for others and for other creations on Gaia and in the universe and pretty much all creation, right? So this is asking you to remember that, to actually sit down and think about your connections, think about your energy and how you've been using your energy for the past however years you've been alive, okay? This is what it is. It's like you are breaking through the illusions of the veils. You are going forth and remembering aspects of yourselves that need to be integrated again, and they need to be acknowledged. Okay. There's a lot of energetic work that's going on right now that we are not aware of, that we do while we sleep, like I said earlier. And this is due to the feminine energy coming in and seeking out every single person on Gaia to remember the power, that the magic pretty much that we are. Everything that we are is energy, and everything that we hold within us is a frequency. So when we start vibrating at a frequency that's lower, that's more action prone, we start working more with the masculine energies. When we start vibrating at a frequency that's higher, that is more love and light and emotions, of nurturing and just support and understanding, we start vibrating at the frequency of the feminine. So we need to actually integrate both frequencies and both energies within us all. So the reason why I do these videos as separate energies is because at this point in time, a lot of us who are on Gaia are predominantly one energy than the other, when we all have both energies within. Okay. So the affirmation for this is, I am one with everything. That is what we need to remember, is understanding that even if it's somebody that you don't like, well, I'll just say it this way. There's somebody that you don't like out there and you want nothing to do with them, right? But you have to understand that this is somebody who is mirroring that type of emotion from within you, that you feel this way, you felt this way at one point in time about yourself, where you felt that you didn't want to be here, where you felt that you didn't like your body, you felt that you didn't like who you were as a personality, and you compared yourself to somebody else, right? So that's a lot of healing that needs to be done, because these people who we don't like are mirroring that, right? Because we're just like, oh, I want nothing to do with them, or they're chaotic, or whatever the heck you think about them. It's mirroring the way you feel about yourself in truth, or the way that you used to feel about yourself that you haven't healed. Okay. So thinking about the oneness, thinking about actually sitting there and truly, truly diving into understanding what the oneness means, what connection means to everything, and to source energy, because we are source energy. We are all just linked. All of us are linked together. Doesn't matter what type of creation you are all linked. We are all linked. Okay. So in order for us to remove the veils, in order for us to remember more of who we are, we need to accept that fact as truth and reality, that we are one with every single being in creation, to include source energy. When you start thinking that way, when you start actually diving in and feeling the connections to even the people that you don't like, you'll start remembering. You'll start forgiving yourself. You'll stop forgiving other people. You'll start moving forward in your growth. Okay. So this is very, very important for us all here on Gaia at this time, to start recalling who we are and what we are. And we are one. We are oneness. Okay. All right. The next one we got was Huna prayer number 8. Let's see if you guys can see that. No, there's a glare. So with the Huna prayer, this is actually coming from the islands of Hawaii, where the Kahuna tribe used to always, teach the Huna prayer as like you addressing the prayer towards any being, or actually God's source, and then any being like an angel, archangel, or ascended master. And then you request 3 times, like you have to use it positive terms. It's just like manifesting. Okay, whenever you want to manifest something, you have to write it in positive terms, like it actually happened already. Okay, so what it is like, may there rain some blessings upon me, or upon whoever you want to pray for, and so it is, or or, mote it be, and then, all this other stuff. But everything that you pray for has to be in positive terms. When we start praying like, God, please don't let me die, or God, please don't let so and so die, when we start using, don't and then die, negative terms like that, sometimes our prayers are kind of like not as strong, okay? So you have to pray with emotion and with positivity in every word, and you have to feel every word as it is actually truth, like there's the kahunas always pray that way, and that's what we as divine feminines need to start praying that way, needs to start annotating words that we want for manifesting purposes, in positive terms, okay? Don't say what you don't want. Put what you do want, okay? So if you want a relationship that is harmonious in every way, and it's completely well balanced and full of unconditional love, then say it that way, and say it in like terms that you already have that relationship that you want, okay? Say it like, thank you so much, God, Goddess, Source, and Master, blah blah blah, or whoever you want to incorporate in the prayer, for blessing me with for all of you guys who are out there, twin flame, blessing me with my twin flame that is my perfect partner that balances me throughout any type of incident in my life, and understands me completely and loves me unconditionally. Something like that. And just say, thank you so much for giving me this person in my life to share my lifetime with, whatever, it's just some snippet, but it has to be like that, like you already have that thing or that person in your life, okay? But you have to feel it too. You have to be like, oh my gosh, like super, super grateful, okay? So that is one of the biggest things for the divine feminines, because you are the manifestors. That energy manifests. We are the manifestors. We are the creator energy, okay? So, and men do have divine feminine energy in them. So you use your divine feminine energy within you to manifest and create things that you want in your life, okay? So that is what we are being asked to do. Now the next one is mission, and it's Commander Ashtar from the Galactic Federation of Light, okay? The number is 39, which equates to 12, which equates to 3. So threes are very important because threes have the frequency of the Holy Trinity, the Father, Mother, and the Holy Ghost, right? I mean, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, Holy Trinity. Whenever I see threes, because I've been seeing threes for months and months and months now, and it's always, Jesus is always around. And so I always work with him. Whenever I see a 3, I ask him to come in and see what messages he has for me. And if you guys don't resonate with Jesus, then ask Mother Mary, his mother, or ask his twin flame, which is Mary Magdalene. Ask her to come in, okay? But if you guys don't resonate with that, then I would just call in source energy. But anyway, whenever I see 3s, is the number of power. It's a power number because it's incorporating the mental, the physical, and the spiritual minds, okay, or bodies. It is incorporating God source energy, the physical realm, and the etheric, okay? So that's what it means to me. I know a lot of people have different interpretations of this, but that's what it means to me. So with this card, I just saw something on here where I'm like, what? I think I'm just like seeing things now. It happens a lot when I'm like getting information. I see words and I think I saw it in here, and it's not, and it's a little code for me. So I'm gonna have to look that up or ask about it later on when I get off. But okay, so oh shoot, I did see it. Okay, here it is. Okay, so Commander Ashtar, he is, like I said, one of the leaders of the Galactic Federation of Light. I'm sorry, you guys. It's because the word that I saw is actually the location that I'm working with to anchor in Christ consciousness. So with this, it says that his spaceships patrol and protect the universe, right? Of course, everybody that is into galactic information knows this, where he is as here as a protector for all of creation within this universe. You could call to him if you need any type of information about any star being that might show up unannounced, or you might make contact with through meditation or in a dream. He could actually pinpoint who this is. Okay. So his mothership enters Earth through Machu Picchu, the two-way interdimensional portal that he oversees. So this is why I'm one of many who is anchoring in Christ conscious light through there, because we're activating this. Okay, we're actually enhancing it so that communications could be enhanced between us and our galactic family. Okay, so he wants to connect with us, all of us, because of this, because of what's going on right now with the with wanting us to anchor in the Christ consciousness through these intergalactic portals, which are called stargates, and many people call them stargates, and anchoring in it so that we could bring in more divine Christ conscious light, and in order for us to create the ascension process for Gaia. Okay. That's the whole point of it. And to remember, of course, remember who you are, where you came from. So it says, if you want to connect to Commander Ashtar, the affirmation is, I connect with Commander Ashtar to serve the universe. So you could do this in many ways. You could do it before sleep. You could do it before meditating, setting your intention of wanting to connect with him. And understand that the frequencies that come from the galactics are very different from what we're used to feeling here on Earth. Some may be very high frequency, some may be a bit different, where it kind of triggers the primordial instinct within us. Okay, and this could be like the fight or flight. That's the primordial instinct. Okay, so when dealing with galactic energy, when dealing or calling in any galactic being, you have to ensure that you are calling in only those of love and light, for one. You have to ensure that you are protected prior. Of course, you put your shields and protections up. And then you have to call in your higher self prior to even calling in anybody else, okay? Because there are many, many galactic beings out there who, even though they are a part of the Galactic Federation, have counterparts who are not, and they look like them. Okay, so they could trick us easily into believing that they are this being who is a part of the Intergalactic Federation of Light, and they're not. So I highly recommend, if you do any type of work with any multidimensional being, to include galactics, that you are very aware of your energies, how they feel, how other beings feel, and you question them. Always question. Okay, it doesn't offend those who are of love and light. Okay, it doesn't offend them at all. If somebody gets offended, then they're in their ego base. Okay, so you must tell them to go away. So this is very important, you guys, because the energies are being anchored in through us into Mother Gaia, so that we could connect and prepare Gaia for ascension, and us, of course. And it's able to spread out to all beings on Gaia, so that the remembrance process can be triggered and enhanced. Okay, a lot of people like calling this the awakening process, but I prefer calling it remembrance, because what it is you're remembering. You're not awakening. You're already awake. You've never been asleep. It's just another veil of illusion when we actually go to the core of things that we forgot who we are. It's just amnesia, you know. You're not asleep. You're awake. Everybody's awake, and everybody has their own theories on this. But in my own personal theory and in my own personal experiences, every single person that does not share their spiritual, I guess, spirituality with you does not mean that they're asleep. Okay, it just means that at that point in time in their lifetimes, they're not ready to share that information with anybody, not even themselves. Okay, and that means that they are still growing within themselves and still figuring things out. Okay, and it doesn't matter who they are. They are all awake. They are not asleep. They're just still recalling and remembering who they are. Okay. Um, so we have to have compassion for them and patience, because it is not okay for us to judge them and say, oh, they're just so 3D, or they're so just so materialistic and stuff like that. It is not okay for us to do that, because guess what? We were there once too. So it's only a hindrance that we're doing for our own spiritual growth and for theirs when we do that, when we judge them that way. Okay, because we're all connected, you guys. We're all connected, and our thoughts have a frequency, and they are able to do a lot of damage. All right. Okay, so that is all I have for the Divine Feminine for this week. I hope you guys are well rested and having fun with your families on this beautiful Christmas day. And yeah, so if you guys have any questions, if you guys need more information about galactic information, like your galactic heritage and stuff like that, I do have a reading on my website that I do for 60 minutes, and it's a special right now for $40. The special is going to end on the 31st. So if you guys need a book, you need a book for that special to be actually working right before the 31st. Okay. Thank you again for watching. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. All right. Mwah. Love you all. Bye.